transfer can actually do a lot of damage as actually Venomous Gate actually goes off on CM. Frostbite comes off. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Inferno is back with another epic Dota game. This one is actually the finals of DSK. If you guys remember, DSK was India's biggest LAN event. This actually happens every year, and this final was played between Wrath and Roccat.RoG. If you are wondering who these guys are, I've done videos earlier. And Roccat.RoG is basically our 3GP. They've basically gotten a sponsor, Roccat, and they are now playing under Rockstars of Gaming. Nice name. I like RoG, Rockstars of Gaming. Very nice. Alright, let's go to the bans and picks. It's Wrath Zetsu who took away Ancient Apparition. He knew the power of Ancient Apparition. We were actually seeing Ancient Apparition and Invoker making it to the ban pool almost all the time. They deserve to be banned, is what people are saying. Okay? Don't play them. Keep banning them, and we will never get to see the power of Ancient Apparition or Invoker. Bad boys. Never mind. So SF, Swen, and Clockwork Goblin being banned by Roccat. They actually want to take out Initiation here. Swen, who's a great ganker, thanks to that stun. Clockwork Goblin, great initiator, of course. He's got his hooks. He will hook onto you, lay those cogs, mini stun you to death. That is what Swen and Clockwork Goblin basically are capable of in a game. Shadow Fiend, of course, lots of burst damage. He will solo that mid lane, will farm up pretty quickly, and move into other lanes where he will decimate the opponent. They will be able to push towers pretty quickly because he's got great push strength, of course. And Roccat considering these three heroes to be somewhat a threat to whatever they probably might have in their mind at this point. So Earthshaker also being taken away from this game by Wrath. So initiators are actually going away. We're seeing no initiators. And speaking of initiators, we've got a great initiator hero right now being picked by Roccat. Batrider. He is one hero you actually want to watch in the game, because once he gets that blink dagger up, all he will do is fly. He basically will blink into you, lasso you, firefly you to death, and you're dead. Of course you are dead, because his teammates will not just watch, they will kill you, they will eat you alive. That is what Batrider is actually capable of, and Wrath really needs some hero to actually counter that Batrider. Probably a very powerful solo hero. They don't want to put a melee hero against Batrider. Windrunner is actually a very good option, but we will see how Windrunner will be played in this game. If Windrunner is solo, they probably would want to solo her against that Batrider, because she's got great strength to counter Batrider's every possible move. Sticky Napalm, don't worry Windrunner, she's got Windrun. If he's fire flying, she can still Windrun away from him. Of course, she can initiate a Batrider gank using her Shackle Shot, which is absolutely brilliant to kill off squishy heroes like Batrider, or any early game squishy heroes for that matter. So great pick there coming out of Wrath. Of course, Windrunner is a certain pick, a respect pick in every game. If she's not banned, she is picked, because that is the power of Windrunner. Doom being picked by Wrath, insanely awesome, beautiful pick. Well, off late in most competitive games, and also in league games that I've played, people don't really consider picking Doom, because they say that, dude, he's been nerfed, he's got less armor and stuff like that. But honestly speaking, even though they nerfed his armor, he really is very capable, even today in a team fight. He can farm pretty quickly if he's got a Quelling Blade. Most of them don't go for a Quelling Blade, but I think Quelling Blade is a really good item on Doombringer because it basically outputs so much damage that he can actually keep farming pretty quickly. Witch Doctor coming from Wrath, I'm sorry, from who are these guys? Roccat.RoG, yes, from RoG. So of course, like how I've always been saying, Witch Doctor is one amazing support hero. He's got great bouncy stuns. He can do insanely awesome DPS thanks to that Melodict and that Death Ward. They're pretty awesome skills actually. He's an OP support hero. If there's one support hero who can actually kill a hero, it is Witch Doctor. He doesn't need anything to kill you, but he will still be able to kill you. That is the power of Witch Doctor. And off late, we haven't seen him being picked much, but he is back in this game. He is being featured in the finals of DSK. So it's an honor to see you, my friend, and it's an honor to let's see, shoutcast your game. Thank you very much. And Morphling being picked by Zetsu, great hero. Shotgun Morphling, I would like to call it, as everyone likes to call it. He will stay in the lane, farm up as soon as possible, get to Lincoln's, go to that early butterfly, and get that ethereal blade as soon as possible, and then he will simply decimate your team. Waveform into you, ethereal blade, adaptive strike, boom, dead. That is all Morphling does. But to get to that position, he needs to basically farm a lot. Razor being picked by RoG. They really want to have some hero at this point to counter that Doom. By counter, I don't mean he countering his spells. I really mean the same sort of power that Doom can actually bring into a team fight. Doom, DPS plus pretty okay tank. Razor is able to deal a lot of damage. He's got lots of DPS. He can steal DPS without static link. He's got his pulse thing, chain lightning thing, I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry. And he's got Eye of the Storm, which I believe he's got pretty awesome DPS kills, considering the fact that he was supposed to be nerfed, but they actually made him much better. So Razor is actually a very good pick in every game. All that he needs is a Vanguard and a Hood to get started, and he will just decimate you. Yes, decimate you, as I always say. CM and Lich being banned by RoG. They, of course, they realized that Zetsu is in dire need of some support hero who can actually help that Morphling. Visage being taken out by Wrath, great ban there, considering the fact that there's so much DPS coming out of Razor and Witch Doctor with that Melodict. Of course, and Lion being picked by RoG. So we're actually going to see how Lion is going to be played in this game. Most probably we will see Lion, Witch Doctor and Razor in that tri-lane. Morphling will probably be paired with a Vengeful Spirit, because that is one hero that has not been touched so far. So Wrath is in a pretty safe position at this moment. Vengeful Spirit, Morphling, and any other hero to go with those two is always a great combo for Morphling, because she can get last hits. I wouldn't say last hits, last waveforms on dying heroes, and that really helps her get that farm up as soon as possible. Kunkka being taken out by Wrath. If you guys haven't noticed, here it is. Hi. Yes, so there it is. Kunkka being taken out by Wrath. Not sure why he would want to do that. Maybe because he's actually a popular character in most competitive games here, locally that is. So and yes, people of course can play him pretty well. He is an OP hero in the hands of an Indian gamer. Trust me, if you are from anywhere in any part of the world, if you see an Indian guy playing Kunkka, run away. I'm being honest with you, run away, because we will kill you. We will just kill you with that Kunkka. So Sand King being picked, we don't see this hero much in competitive gaming, but yes, like I said again, we are unique and we're creative. We bring lots of things into the scene, and Sand King is one hero. Did you guys see this? That is one hero you really want to focus on. I don't know what those guys, or what these guys are thinking. But yes, Vengeful Spirit, as we were saying, comes out for Wrath. But we really want to see Tinker is actually picked in this game. So we're gonna see a lot of push coming out of Roccat.RoG, Firefly, Witch Doctor, Batrider, Witch Doctor. They've got Lion, Razor, and Tinker to finish off their lineup. And Wrath have got Lucifer, which is our Doombringer. They've got Sand King, Morphling, Windrunner, and that Vengeful Spirit to finish off their lineup. So pretty standard lineup, but the only thing that's unique in their team is Sand King, which is not usually picked much. And of course, a standard lineup coming here from RoG. So Batrider will be soloing that top lane against that Doom. So Doom, he will be having a hard time. Not exactly hard time, but well, he probably might be struggling against that Batrider because Doom being played by Zetsu, and it is Choco playing that Batrider. So well, I would say both of these players are pretty good solo, but we will still find out who's got the upper hand in a few levels. So Accurate will be playing that Tinker in that mid lane. I'm sorry, but I'm missing Phobia. Everest is on that Razor. I don't know who Phobia is, but plus PY is that Witch Doctor, and they've got this Smiley who's playing that Lion, and they've got Ha, and then he's got a sad face. I don't know who that is. He's playing our Sand King. They've got Fudado on Vengeful Spirit, Death on Morphling, and they've got Z on Windrunner. So the creeps now move into their respective lanes. Of course, that's what they're supposed to do. And Tinker will be facing off against that Windrunner. So both of them pretty strong against each other. It really depends on how both of them decide to play the hero, and that is what will actually make a lot of difference. So Morphling looking to farm, Razor looking to farm, Morphling looking to deny, and Razor also looking to deny, but Morphling is able to get the gold pretty easily. Lion, Witch Doctor, and Razor, deadly lane, and Vengeful Spirit, Sand King, pretty deadly, I would say, but more deadly simply because of the fact that Sand King has to, Lion can actually stun from a range, but Sand King has to go in, which is sort of like a risk, considering the fact that the positioning of these three tri-lane heroes can really spell doom for Sand King. But Lion, he can actually stun from that 600 range, so that is pretty okay. There's a lane shift here now. Doom will be moving into that mid lane. Windrunner will come back to face that Batrider. Batrider is against Windrunner. Is kind of not looking cool at the moment. But yes, Windrunner is the best opponent for a Batrider, because really she is one hero who can counter and lots of damage on Lucifer at the moment. Laser and rocket firing off. He's really taken a lot of damage, but he will be salving back to safety. Tinker did take a little melees, but well, nothing much to worry about. Bot lane, pretty safe so far. They probably are taking a lot of harass at the moment from both of these heroes, and I will be looking to ensure I do not miss a kill. Laser goes off on Lucifer, but that laser is actually a low level laser, but simply will be it's still actually a lot of pain, because a lot of misses will come out, and it gets really tough for Lucifer to get those last hits on the creeps. And right now he's taking so much damage from Tinker's melee. One rocket laser will be able to kill off one more melee, but Tinker is actually not able to land it, as Lucifer will salve back to safety. As top lane, Batrider, sticky napalms on that Windrunner, but she's got that magic wand, and that charge those charges will actually fill up pretty quickly, because sticky napalm will be costed a lot, and that magic wand, once she has that magic wand up on her, she should be pretty safe. Actually pretty easy to handle Batrider in the lane, and Lucifer is actually taking so much damage from Tinker at the moment, but Tinker does not have mana for that rocket, but that is enough to basically send him back a bit. and Lion doing a great job at the moment, trying to hold Morphling, trying to deny creeps, and well, Wrath is in the back foot at the moment. So well, I'm actually honored that I'm able to watch two of the best professional teams in India face off in a LAN event, and this one was actually quite big, and it took a while. Okay, so Lucifer actually sent back to base by Tinker, and this is really what we were calling as a pain in the back. And well, Batrider and Tinker really troubling Wrath at the moment, as bot lane is also having lots of fun. Nothing spectacular so far. Everyone playing defensive. Of course, this is the final. They really don't want to make any mistakes. Tinker is actually heading towards the top lane at the moment, and I'm also keeping a close watch in that bot lane, because there could be anything happening anywhere at the moment, as Tinker with that haste rune will really nothing spectacular that's happened, but yes, Windrunner, realizing that something's wrong, decides to go back to that tower where she was safe at the end of the day. At the end of the day? Yes, at the end of the day. Witch Doctor needs to be really careful, because he was actually going too far. And Lucifer has got a bottle up on him, so that should prevent, that should basically save him from taking a lot of damage. It will help him heal up. Well, Witch Doctor, that is how you play Witch Doctor. Learn it from ++PY. That is the aggression that you really need to show, as Witch Doctor, because, well, you've got chain stuns. Though you get stunned, your team will be there to help you. But the amount of DPS that the melee damage that Witch Doctor deals is painful to take early on in the game. And well, he's actually doing a pretty good job at the moment. Razor, pretty good farm. He's got boots up on him at the moment. Lucifer's got that bottle, like I was saying earlier, and Tinker's got bottle and boots up on him at the moment. Shackle Shot really not doing much on Batrider, but Power Shot will take out a lot of HP. We're actually seeing Lion and Witch Doctor in that Smoke of Deceit heading towards that mid lane. They really want to control this Tinker at the moment. If they're able to pull off one stun, that should be enough for the team to pick off Tinker. Tinker really far at the moment. Stun goes off. I'm sorry guys, it was Lion and Witch Doctor taking off Lucifer. Of course, Lion and Witch Doctor from RoG. I was I'm sorry, confusing that was. Yes, but they were able to draw first blood, and Lucifer goes down to accurate Tinker. With the help of course, Lion and that ++PY Witch Doctor. I don't know what this guy's name is. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so Batrider are actually having a lot of fun at the moment, and Lion and Witch Doctor moving towards that top lane, but Windrunner really I would say great map awareness, because no hero really can think that much. You really need to have so much map awareness to understand that heroes are missing in a lane, heroes are missing from a gank, and they should be heading a certain lane. So Windrunner doing a great job so far, but Lion and Witch Doctor really want to hang around there. They just want to make sure that they get that Windrunner, and this might probably be their opportunity, because Lion comes in, hexes, Windrunner stuns, stun goes off, and Batrider is already there. Lasso goes off, and Batrider Firefly's there, but they really are not able to do much damage on him at the moment. Vengeful Spirit comes back, comes into the lane to help Windrunner, but Windrunner really taking a lot of damage, but not dying. Thanks to that Windrun, she is able to get back to safety, and is able to salve herself back to respectable HP. Of course, yes, respectable HP. Vengeful Spirit and Lucifer are moving into that mid lane, but they don't know that Lion is on Doom at the moment, and Lion will die to that Lucifer. And well, pretty good move. I don't know, pretty good move, but yes, Lion didn't really notice the fact that Lucifer was there in that mid lane. They don't have a ward here watching any spots, so both of them really don't know what is going on. And we'll just have a quick look at the CS course, but before I do that, we'll just make sure that there's nothing dangerous going on anywhere. Right, Morphling at level 5, Razor at level 5, both of them right now with the power treads. No, Razor's just got boots. He will be looking to make that Vanguard and go for that early phase boots. Laser from that Tinker. Lucifer really taking a lot of damage from Tinker today, and he actually has that bottle to save save his back, whatever you want to call it. And Tinker doing a great job of denying creeps at the moment. He's got that DD rune up on him. Lion is back in that mid lane, and they will be looking for an opening to bring down that Lucifer, who is currently heading back to base. And the mid lane creeps are being joined by Windrunner, and that allows Witch Doctor a free farm lane. No, he wouldn't, of course, farm, but no, he's actually trying to farm at the moment. He probably will need. Lasso goes off on Windrunner, stun goes off, laser, rocket, and that is the end of Windrunner. So Choco brings down Z, who was on that Windrunner. Great job here by RoG. They know that heroes are actually solo at this point, so 1 for 2 in favor of RoG at the moment. Great work here by RoG in trying to bring down these heroes, and that Acrid on that Tinker is really awesome control, because if you guys see his gameplay, he is doing a great job at the moment, but Windrunner is using her Windrunner ability to try and get the hell out of Firefly, Batrider's Firefly, which is kind of dangerous if you get caught in, but one shackle shot could spell doom for Batrider, because he will be hit by tower. No, he will not be at this point, because creeps are there to join him, to help him at the moment, and Lion is spotted by SK and Vengeful Spirit, but they really don't want to make a move because that is an illusion. Yes, that is an illusion. So Lucifer and Vengeful Spirit, no, Windrunner, at the moment they really need to farm as much as possible to be effective in the game. Lucifer more of a mid-game, early mid-game presence hero. Also Windrunner, she can really show her presence on the map simply because of the strength that she has, that she gains through that power shot and that shackle, allowing her teammates to finish off heroes pretty quickly. But yes, they really need to get that farm up for her to become effective, but she's got power treads at the moment. I really wouldn't agree with that item, because Windrunner, if she really needs to do DPS, if she really needs lots of damage, because all that people will usually do is shackle shot your enemies and just deal as much damage as possible. And for that to happen, phase boots early on in the game is a really great option. Right now we're seeing Lion and Witch Doctor in the Smoke of Deceit. But it's too late for them to do anything at the moment, and they will be moving back into their respective lanes. Lion probably will be joining that Batrider in the top lane, and Vanguard up on Razor at the moment, and well, Sand King doing a great job by creep pulling, ensuring that Morphling is able to farm near the tower, though he will miss a lot of creeps sometimes. But it is actually still a pretty good option at this stage, considering the fact that Witch Doctor and Lion are doing a great job in keeping Wrath under control at this point. So we're 12 minutes and 50 minutes into the game, and it's 1 for 2 in favor of Roccat. What will Wrath reply how will Wrath actually reply? Choco and Tinker are actually having a free farm lane in both the top and mid lanes, whereas Lucifer and Windrunner have heavily been restricted so far. What is going on? What are Wrath thinking? They really need something that they can use to stop this advance, because once Tinker gets that BOT, no, he already has a BOT, so that's the end of Wrath as we know it, because all he will do is simply move into every lane possible, farm up, stop creeps from pushing, allow his teammates to farm as much as possible, and that is really all that Tinker is needed to do in a game. Occasionally move into lanes where help is needed, fire rockets and laser, as Sand King is actually moving from the back, but creeps block him so much that his plans of doing something failed epically. A stun goes off from Witch Doctor, another stun comes off from Lion, and they're doing a lot of damage on Vengeful Spirit. Firefly comes off, Lucifer is here, Doom goes off on Lion at the moment, and rockets flying off. Lucifer healing himself with that bottle, as Morphling is still here with very low HP, 16 HP at the moment, and she dies to Razor. So great job by RoG in actually initiating that gank, initiating that team fight, and they really came up tops by claiming 3 lives from Wrath. 3 lives? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, what the hell am I doing? I don't know. What am I looking at? Okay, anyway, so 3 lives from Wrath taken by RoG. So pretty good job there. And they're already up, because this is what Tinker keeps doing. He's there in a lane. He will rocket spam you. Ensure that there is nothing absolutely whatsoever that you can do. He's got his bottle to allow him to spam as much as possible. They've got a great ward placement here. And the tier 1 bottom tower for Wrath goes down to RoG. Sand King, really bad position in the game at this point, because he really hasn't been able to initiate a stun so far, simply because the risk factor is too high. Like I was saying, Lion, since he has the potential to stun from a range, there's really nothing that he needs to worry about. But Sand King really needs to think a lot before he even thinks about initializing. Lucifer is having a really hard time in this game today, because he has been harassed from the time he came into that mid lane. Acrid has been doing a brilliant job in ensuring that he keeps these heroes under control. Choco on that Batrider, also doing a great job in ensuring that he is always present in every gank possible, in every team fight possible. He's got a 4-staff and a blink dagger up on him, so that is really a lot of utility. So Windrunner is for Wrath, Batrider is for RoG. So that is how you could probably classify them. It's always been the same, Windrunner against Batrider, and it's been Razor against Lucifer in this game so far. Nothing much that Wrath have been able to do so far, but we are hoping to see something like this happening. 4-staff plus Firefly plus Lasso goes off, but he will die to that melee from Batrider, because he was hit so much by Sticky Napalm and that Firefly, and Sand King really not a great tank after all. So Roar actually goes off at this point. Lucifer comes down in that mid lane, and he will be looking to deny that tower, and yes, he gets a deny on the tower. So efforts go aced as Morphling comes into that mid lane. Stun goes off on Batrider, and Doom on that Batrider will also be able to bring him down. Eye of the Storm goes off on Vengeful Spirit, who was able to get back to safety. Lots of damage being dealt by Razor at this point. Death Ward kills that Morphling and also that Lucifer. So brilliant job by that Witch Doctor plus PY, landing an absolutely magnificent Maledict plus Death Ward in a right place. So that is what Witch Doctor is really capable of. As I've been saying, Witch Doctor, very underplayed support hero. He is absolutely powerful, delightful to watch, and certainly OP in terms of what a support hero is actually capable of. So phase boots up on that Razor, and that is exactly why, you know, that damage is really important in the early mid game stages like now, and that is what helped them do insane amounts of damage on Morphling after that static link steal. So what Wrath really need to do, I guess, is to get more vision on the map. Even though they get vision later on in the game, it really wouldn't help them because there's a lot of initiation coming out of RoG. So vision now will help them understand which hero is actually where, and how they can actually counter any, you know, advance in any lane at this point. So one ward being placed here by Wrath, it will help them watch this rune. It will help them watch any advance coming from this ramp and this ramp, and well, Tinker. Okay, Lucifer is hexed and he dies, and we really didn't see Lucifer dying because he was hexed, and well, I'm sorry guys, I missed that kill, but yes, we actually did see Lucifer die, and RoG will be looking to bring down this bottom tower. So far RoG is in a very good position. They are able to bring down all of the towers as this whatever it's called shackle shot hits Lion. Phase 4 staff goes off. Lion is able to stun his opponents at this point, and he will be able to deal so much damage on that Windrunner if only they're able to do something. But RoG decides to actually go back and sacrificing Lion in that process, so nothing gained in that exchange, only losing Lion. So well, pretty unlucky there, but also pretty lucky to Z. He was able to survive that Finger of Death plus that stun. So great work there from Wrath. They were able to get one kill, but well, the best part in that push, in that team fight, was that RoG was able to claim another tower. So two towers in that bottom lane down for Wrath, tier 1 tower in that mid lane down, and well, RoG in a pretty good position at this point because they haven't been seeing absolutely any advance to the towers so far. So they have TPs. They also, you know, will be able to go anywhere they need to, because their mobility at this point is way too high than what Wrath actually has at this point. Morphling still trying to get that farm up as soon as possible. She's got a bottle up on her. Pretty interesting choice of item because we don't really see much bottles on Morphlings much, but yes, she probably would have considered buying that because they, you know, she might be nuking a lot to get that farm up as quickly as possible. So Morphling will be looking for that early Yasha, is what I'm guessing, unless she completely bonkers us with some other choice. Well, we will be waiting to see. Perseverance up on that Windrunner, and Lucifer is well, still struggling with just a bottle, a belt of giant strength, and that power treads. He has been playing support. By support I mean someone who actually is warding the map. They've got sentry wards up, and the investment that these guys are actually making is really not paying off because I wouldn't say it's not paying off, but just that RoG hasn't been warding much all game. They really haven't been focusing on warding that much. The only thing that they actually have is well, nothing. They have nothing. So yes, nothing. And they are making Wrath invest in counter warding at this point when they have nothing at all. So Batrider and that Lion, so much damage through that whatever it's called. I'm sorry again, I missed it. But interesting and brilliant item choice here. 4 staff after that lasso is actually great to get away from you know, your opponent heroes. So pretty good choice of item there. And the whole of RoG is waiting to get that tier 2 tower in that top lane. There is so much so much DPS coming out of RoG at this moment that Wrath is really being forced to do nothing. They're absolutely doing nothing. Doom goes off on Witch Doctor, but Lasso fires off on Lucifer, and he is taking so much damage that he actually has to go down. Morphling goes down to Vengeful Spirit. Sand King comes in, but he is hexed by Lion, so he also dies. Razor doing so much damage with that Eye of Storm at this point. Batrider is stuck here. I don't know what that is, and Rocket from Tinker is able to bring down that Windrunner as Razor TPs himself back to safety. But great stuff there from RoG, claiming the entire team, wiping the whole team in exchange for just one hero. No, they actually don't lose anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they lost absolutely no one in that process, but in exchange they killed all 5 Wrath heroes, which is really a brilliant job, brilliant position to be in a game. In Dota. Yes, in Dota. That is what we're talking about. And well, I believe they probably should look for a quick Roshan at this point. It will certainly help them with I missed another kill. Razor very low HP at this point. Yes, they decide to go back as Morphling goes down to that rocket from Tinker, and Lucifer was actually able to bring down that. Oh my god, another rocket. Triple kill for Acrid on that Tinker. His rockets are doing insanely high damage. They do the same damage, but yes, Wrath is too low a level to actually manage so much damage incoming from Tinker, who is right now dominating the whole team so much. So 5 for 19 in this exchange. And Sand King, he's just there. His sand dunes will stop that creep wave. At least will damage off that creep wave. Okay, we'll have a quick look at the CS scores at this stage of the game. 46 for 0 for Lucifer is 66 for 8 for Morphling. Very low farm considering that she is Morphling, or he is Morphling, or it is Morphling. And 59 for 5 on that Windrunner. It's 30 for 3 for that Sand King. Okay, we really don't want to see that because there's no point really in Sand King farming early on in the game, but he will be looking to get that Blink Dagger up as soon as possible. 98 for 12 on that Batrider, 108 for 26 on that Tinker, and 104 for 12 on that Razor. So great farm coming out of RoG. Gointer is up on Tinker, if you guys haven't noticed yet, but Shackle Shot goes off, stun goes off from Sand King, and Batrider taking so much damage at this point that he will die to the team. Wrath, oh my god, Lion on that Doom, and he is taking lots of damage so far. He has been taking so much damage, and he dies to that level death from Lucifer as Witch Doctor comes in with that chain stun. Sand King, realizing it's too dangerous to stay there, goes into his sand dunes. His power shot was able to kill off that creep. Razor incoming, stun goes off from Witch Doctor as Razor is able to deal so much damage. One more plasma field, and he should be able to bring down these heroes, but he thinks it's actually no point as Purged Lucifer is trying to get away from that Razor, who is still static linked, and Death just dies to Acrid's Tinker, and Razor with that plasma field was able to bring down that Lucifer. So very, very nice team fight here from RoG. They lost absolutely no one in that exchange again. Not sure if they did lose someone, but we didn't observe. But anyway, they were certainly able to bring down the whole of Wrath, especially considering the fact that no, they actually lost Lion in that exchange. Doom killed Lion. Of course, where is my mind? Presence of mind, yes. That is something that I'm learning, yes, hopefully we will do much better in the future. So 27 minutes and 44 45 seconds as Tinker is following that Windrunner. He really needs to be careful because Vengeful Spirit has a swap, but yes, he has that BOT, so his mobility is way greater than what Vengeful Spirit can ever imagine. So well, he will TP himself back to base as he refills and joins his brethren in that bottom lane. So going to up on him already. Lasso goes off and Lucifer is being dragged into the flames of hell by Witch Doctor as he's hexed at this point, and Sand King still in that sand dune. Bat Rider still on that Firefly, dealing so much damage. Static Link comes off, and well, they were able to finish off that Sand King. So Tinker actually helping them in that mid lane. Power Shot goes off from Windrunner, but really nothing much that she can do to stop RoG from bringing down that tier 2 tower in that mid lane. And they will be looking for pushing that main tower, the tier 3 tower, as soon as possible, because they've got so much advantage in the game at this point that they really need to consider doing that. Honestly, I believe Morphling should find herself a lane that she can farm in, because Tinker and every other hero for that matter has been free farming all the while. The whole game, it's either been Bat Rider, it's either been Tinker, or it has been simply one of these heroes free farming all the time. Gem is up on that Witch Doctor at this point, and they really haven't been warding much. But great strategy to counter ward. They really want to take out any wards being placed by Wrath. So Razor, Hood of Defiance, Radiant up on Razor at this point, so he will be dealing so much damage. Eye of Storm, Static Link, Plasma Field, and that Purge will certainly help him bring his heroes down in style. Well, Lion, Power Treads up on him at this point. He's got a cloak, which is actually a pretty good item considering the fact that there's so much nuke power in RoG. I'm sorry, in Wrath. But it's kind of ironic that Lion had to go for a cloak, because it's, as a matter of fact, it is not. Shackle Shot actually goes off on Bat Rider at this point, and that is a blunder by Bat Rider because he was taken down so easily. Stun goes off on Windrunner at this point, and Finger of Death was able to bring down Windrunner. So tit for tat, revenge kill coming off from RoG, and Swap goes off. Vengeful Spirit stuns as Lion hexes Vengeful Spirit, but one waveform should be able to bring down Tinker. Adaptive Strike, but no, Tinker actually is able to bottle himself back to safety as Lion is following that Morphling, well, Morphling will be trying to do everything possible to bring down that Tinker because he's on such a low HP at this point, but considers TPing back to base. So Tinker, accurate, doing a great job. In the meanwhile, Razor and Witch Doctor, since these guys helped them buy time, they were able to push that bottom tower with such ease. And the team realizing now, Wrath actually realizing now that they're in a very bad position in the game. You guys really need to pull their socks up if they really want to do anything in this game at this point. But from what we see so far, it's been one-sided, as all games are usually. It's always one-sided, and that is what this final is actually made of. So we're featuring a one-sided game, but yes, RoG have done a great job in containing Lucifer and that Windrunner, who would have been certainly doing so much in the game if not for Tinker and that Bat Rider. Well, right now Tinker is being followed by by Morphling, and tries to TP, but one shackle shot, yes, and that stops the TP, and yes, Zetsu Lucifer is able to bring down accurate Stinker for 645 gold, so he should be a happy man. Lots of gold in that kill. So Batrider and Tinker actually dying in the last 5 minutes, and Batrider is actually back, and he is looking for some blood as he force-staffs himself out to safety as well, Venom Adaptive Strike actually doing nothing, but yes, fireflies himself away to safety. So second chance here by Choco, second attempt here by Choco rather, as he destroys that rune and TPs himself back to base. Razor and Lion, oh my god, and Witch Doctor, of course, they were able to bring down one Rax, but Sand King actually stuns them. Vengeful swap, but Chain Stun is able to hold them in place as Fidato dies for 245 golds. Razor is on that pipe now. So much damage coming off from Razor at this point that he will be able to bring down this rack that was really needed to actually spawn mega creeps, fatter gulls, to help aid in bringing down that world tree, which is the objective of Dota. Yes, that is what you need to do. Bring down the world tree. As Razor rotates himself mid and is trying to do as much damage as possible on that mid tower. Radiance is really helping him so much at this stage of the game. So lots of anti-push from Wrath. Lasso goes off on Lucifer. Firefly comes off from that Batrider as Static Link is dealing so much damage. No, as Sand King stuns, and so much damage on Razor at this point that he dies. And Swap goes off on Batrider. He's on such low HP at this point, and the tower is able to bring down Choco. One tower hit, one stone, and Choco dies to that tower. So 270 gold split between Wrath and 12 for 26, still in favor of RoG at this stage in the game. As I drink water to ensure my throat stays wet and I'm able to talk with much better quality. Thank you so much, H2O. And well, today is actually Mother's Day. Today being the 8th of May is Mother's Day, and I wish all your mothers, all the mothers in the world, a very, very happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for being such wonderful. I don't know if there's a word to actually, go. There's no synonym for mother. Unconditional love from mother. She is what really impresses everyone, inspires everyone. As Swap goes off from Vengeful Spirit, clearly nothing can be done in this case. No mother can help anyone dying in Dota at this point, as Waveform comes in, Witch Doctor taking so much damage. Lasso goes off on Morphling. Great stuff by Choco at this point, but Lucifer will be able to bring down that Witch Doctor. No, he actually is alive, but Waveform is able to bring down that Witch Doctor, as Batrider is still fire flying, but Razor with that Eye of Storm is able to bring down that Morphling, as Eye of Storm still dealing insanely high amounts of damage. Plasma Field again helping Razor bring down that SK, who dies for the 3rd time to that. And GG call comes off from Wrath, and congratulations to RoG for winning the finals of the DSK. It's been a fine performance by RoG boys, and I wouldn't say Wrath played bad, but they were outplayed in every aspect of the game by RoG, and clear winners, RoG placing themselves above Wrath and winning DSK. Great performance by both the teams, and congratulations once again to RoG for the brilliant performance. I absolutely loved watching both these teams play. It was a great final. 47 minutes and 45 seconds of absolute perfection, absolute I don't know what to say, but great game. And I will see you guys next time. I will be doing a lot of videos again. I am actually waiting for God of Gaming. more editions to happen, so I can get my hands on more semifinals and final replays. And once I find time, I will be working on other games, and really this is what we really want to do. So check out more videos on portal.aecorp.in. That is where we roll, baby. That is where we bring you the best of gaming, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.